Hello everybody and welcome back to the PokeStrategy YouTube channel. And as you can see, if you're new to the channel, this is something a little bit different. Usually I start my videos with a deck analysis and profile of the deck I'm going to be playing in today's video. I figured I'd change it up just ever so slightly and start to upload deck lists and a short deck analysis onto the Facebook page. But if you liked the old format, just drop a comment and I'll switch it back. This is just something I wanted to try. Scott did it in his most recent video, which you should all definitely go and check out. But enough of that, so I'm just going to be playing some games. We'll see how we go. We'll probably only play the one because this deck that I'm playing is very slow but very strong, and that is a Primal Groudon deck. Now, one of the main reasons that this deck is strong is in the expanded format. It doesn't really have a bad matchup. Sure, there's Vespiquen, but it's just not as strong in expanded. But this just gives Primal Groudon this ability to shine. This deck can be incredibly strong in the expanded format. It's not too great in standard, in all honesty. It's very slow, but this deck's main goal is to only ever play one of the best of 3 games. Now, the rules of Pokemon that if there's only one game completed, the winner of that one game will win the series of that, of the best of 3 series, I should say. That's what I was meaning to say. So basically, what this Primal Groudon deck aims to do is to only win the one game and not actually play out the final 2 games. One of the ways it does this is because of this 240 HP and the ability to stall on the bench. You can really just make this Primal Groudon sit there, and games take really long to complete. Now, if you don't know what Primal Groudon does, it's got the Gaia Volcano attack. It's right here. It does 100 damage, and if there's a stadium card in play, it does 100 more. Then you discard that stadium. So basically, you just play a bunch of stadiums and a bunch of other cards, such as you can see, I've got Enhanced Hammers and Head Ringers, just to really slow down your opponent even further. And basically, you just kind of want to stall with Wobbuffets, and we don't have any down right now, but Robo Substitutes, and I play 4 Robo Subs in here. I'll honestly probably drop that. I'm kind of realizing that it is quite the high number to play 4 Robo Subs. I'll probably drop that down to 2 to add to some extra cards, so I might change that before I upload the deck list. We'll find out. See how it goes today. So basically, with this 240 HP and the barrier ability, whenever your opponent plays a trainer card, excluding tools and stadiums, prevent all effects of that card done to this Pokemon. So basically, Primal Groudon cannot be Lysandred or targeted for things such as Lysander, I've already said Lysander, hammers, things like that. Basically, another thing of this deck is you don't play the Spirit Link, which you would typically do when playing any type of Mega Evolution. As you can see here, we're just going to evolve and pass our turn over. Now, one of the great things that this Primal Groudon does have is access to things such as Focus Sash, even Assault Vest, which I play in here, and Hard Charm. Make this beefy 240 HP Pokemon even stronger. So as you can see from my hand, I'm just going to really slowly stall until this Wobbuffet gets knocked out. I don't really have a way of retreating this. Maybe one Floatstone would probably be nice. I know a lot of expanded decks play that. I decided not to play it. So I think what I'll probably do before I upload the photo of this list is maybe drop 2 of my Robo Subs down to 2, put in a Floatstone, and quite possibly even another Focus Sash. I do only play the 2. We'll find out. You'll see the list on the Facebook page if you want to go and check it out. If you're just here solely to see me play games, I'm just going to stick to this list, I guess. We're going to see the Ultra Ball from my opponent, so they are playing a Garchomp deck, which is actually pretty cool. Like, I don't think I've got a necessarily bad matchup to this one. So we're going to see the Lucario come down. This is probably just a setup for a Corkscrew Smash to help them draw more cards. My opponent's hand's probably pretty bad, as you can guess. Okay, so no, we're going to see the VS. What do they have in here? So they can probably take Sycamore, Bridget, Delinquent. So they're going to take the Sycamore here, sorry. Allowing them to draw a fresh 7 cards. So right now I'm just going to stall with some Wobbuffets and yeah, just slowly power up my Primal Groudon until I'm ready to go. An interesting card you might see down here is Ace Trainer. This is a card that I'm pretty hot on right now. Basically, if you're down on the prize game, you shuffle both hands in, you draw 6 and your opponent draws 3. I find this a really good stalling tactic, especially in this deck when you're probably going to drop the first 1 or 2 prize cards before you come up and actually start to do damage. Ace Trainer is just fantastic. yeah, just knocking your opponent down to 3 cards is a really good ability. So my opponent's going to put down the Focus Sash. That's okay. I wish I could have head-ringed it, but I do play Megaphone in here. Maybe I can pull a Megaphone out and start to get some things going. So we're going to see the Fighting Stadium come down. That's okay. It doesn't bother me too much what stadium's in play. We're just going to get the Missile Jab here for 50. Alright. So now we're going to draw into a Focus Sash. I really would have liked a Pokemon to play that, but we don't have one down. I can just attach it, but there's no point to attaching it. If I get like an Assault Vest or something on this, then it means this thing's going to stay up longer. And actually drew the cards I wanted to see right there. I'm going to be able to send a Startling Megaphone and then Head Ringer this Lucario, meaning it's not going to attack me next turn. At this point, if I was playing the Floatstone, I'd actually be in a very good position. I'd be looking at a next turn knockout. Unfortunately, I do have to wait for my Wobbuffet to get knocked out. If I decide to play the second because my opponent concedes early on, then I'll probably make the changes, because just thinking about it in my head, it's not very good, my list. So hopefully we won't do too bad in this matchup. My opponent's just going to commit the energy to Lucario, so they're slowly just going to try and knock out my Wobbuffet. That's alright. So we're going to see the Karina now. They're probably going to start getting a Gibble down here. Set up for the Garchomp. It's going to be quite a crucial card, this Garchomp. Just because Lucario is a 1 prize card thing to knock out. So it is a bit difficult to sometimes, get that damage out there and onto like Garchomps, things like that take 1 prize card. They're quick knockouts, sure, but like there's 6 prize cards that I have to take. Lucario drops 2, which makes it a bit easier. If you were watching Worlds, Ross Cotton played this deck, and he went up against Simon Norad. I probably said your name wrong. I'm very sorry for that, because you're a very good player. But yeah, Simon was playing a Donphan deck, which basically meant Ross had to take 6 individual prize cards, sorry, not 4, which is very difficult to do. Deciding what do I take with this, I actually think I'll take the VS Seeker. So yeah, it's just really tough to take 6 prize cards with this deck when you're playing such a slow paced deck. It can be very difficult to get all 6 prize cards in the time, but when you do, you're probably not going to ever have time for the best of 3 series. As you can see, I got a Primal Groudon set up. I decided to grab another Groudon down just to kind of set this one up as well. Wobbuffet might go down this turn if we see the Strong Energy go down. Even then it's not a knockout. We're going to see the VS Seeker, so they can actually Lysander this Groudon, which would be quite the pain. But no, they're going to take the Karina, so they're probably going to set up the Garchomp here. It'll be interesting to see whether they commit the energy to the Lucario or not. Honestly, I think I might want to... I'm torn between what I want to do right now. They're probably going to get the Garchomp. If I can get away of getting this Wobbuffet out of the active, which I don't have because I'm an idiot when I built this deck. I haven't played Primal Groudon before, I'll be honest with you. And I just didn't think that I would ever need a switch card. I was just like, I'll just sit here with Wobbuffet until it gets knocked out, it'll be fine. But thinking about it right now, I'm in such a great position that I just wish I had a way of retreating. Even like an AZ would be fine, but I don't play any of that. I'm definitely going to have to make some changes to this deck, but I purely built this for the fun of it. So we do see the Focus Sash going down onto the Garchomp, which really sucks. That means that is not going to be the two... I forget that I have to play Robosub like this. What do I do? The problem I'm currently facing is I can't do anything until my Wobbuffet gets knocked out. So I'm literally just going to VS Seeker for the Sycamore and draw some more cards, and probably just trying to get a Primal Groudon here as well, which we do draw into. I see Silent Lab, stuff like that. It's not too great my hand, but I guess it'll do. I'm just going to get another Primal Groudon down onto the field. Right now, I'm looking pretty good. As long as my Wobbuffet doesn't stay up there for like 18 more turns, I'll be fine. Primal Groudon, as soon as it becomes the active position, just starts to demolish everything put in its way. Sure, Focus Sash is really going to be the decider of this game. It's going to make a lot of games tough for me to win. when your opponent is playing Garchomp, obviously Garchomp's probably the better deck when it comes to these two. It's just a lot quicker and a lot stronger. I wish I still had my Starling Megaphone, but alas, we don't. I don't even play a Xerosic to get around it. We're going to see a Missile Jab here for 30, which is honestly fine if my opponent just runs through their energies really quickly. I'm okay with that. We draw an Assault Vest. Where do I want to drop that? I'll drop that onto this one here. Unfortunately, I don't get an energy drop this turn, which sucks. I'm tempted to play down this Parallel City, but I think my opponent's just going to drop the Hawlucha. I might wait to drop that. We're just going to pass turn. And also, they could have the Counter Stadium in the form of another Fighting Stadium. Basically, what I want to do is have the get rid of the Fighting Stadium just to bring down this Garchomp's attack. So the good news is I'm going to be able to get up into the prize lead after this Lucario. Are they actually going to retreat here? Interesting choice. That means I'm going to get the first shot on Garchomp. Garchomp won't be able to knock me out. I'm going to be able to knock out Garchomp before it could really get anything set up, which is pretty cool. I'm going to have an edge over Garchomp here. So that kind of worked out in my favor. My favor. So I can't knock out this Garchomp one shot, but I can definitely apply the pressure to my opponent. I think my opponent was really going over in their head. I need to take the first prize, and I don't want to drop 2 prize cards here. This Primal Groudon's coming up, but in my opinion that was a wrong move, and now we'll just go into Primal Groudon. There's no point in me going up into the Robo Sub at this point. I think I'll play my own Robo Sub, or actually I might just Heavy Ball and take another Groudon. Yeah, we've only got the Primal. We'll just leave that for now. Might leave that bench space open. I am just going to Giga Volcano for 220. I discard the Stadium, which is great, and the Focus Sash is now gone, meaning that next turn this thing is gone as well. And they cannot knock me out. I got the Focus Sash down, and 240 HP is a lot of damage. Like, I don't even think this thing alone could do that. Like, this is like a 2-turn knockout on me. So you're going to see the other energy come down to the Garchomp. So they are going to try and apply some pressure. I really want to get an energy attachment next turn to my other Primal Groudon. And obviously after this, I can just go back to my stalling tactics and just wait it out. As soon as my Primal Groudon does drop, I actually wish this was still just a regular Groudon, solely because I feel like using Ripclaw next turn would have been okay. So we are going to get hit for 160, that's no big deal. What I really want to draw into right now is a Pokemon Center Lady. Oh, we see the Sycamore, and I honestly feel like I might just be forced to do that. So I'm going to play the Parallel City, just forcing my opponent to drop 2 of their Pokemon. I debate whether I want to play this Hawlucha, and I think that's probably the better option than that in Robosub. I think that's... So they are actually going to drop that Lucario with the energy, so that's fine by me. We'll put the Hard Charm onto the Hawlucha, and then we can just Sycamore, drawing a fresh 7. Would have really liked to have got what's it called? A Pokemon Center Lady. I believe I play one. Oh, I don't have any energy in the discard, do I? Okay. I thought I had energy in the discard pile. Clearly I don't. That's okay though. We can just Giga Volcano once again, drop in the Parallel City. I honestly didn't even need to play Parallel City. I just wanted to get rid of 2 of my opponent's Pokemon. And it worked out pretty well. So there's another Robo Sub. Still not drawing into the card I really wanted, which is Pokemon Center Lady. I believe I'm still going to be able to survive basically anything that attacks me this turn, unless a Fighting Stadium or a Strong Energy gets put down onto this thing, which I really hope doesn't happen. If it does, no big deal. I can just come back and attack with this Primal Groudon. There is the Strong, so my Primal Groudon's going down this turn, which is rough, but it's not the end of the world. Alrighty, so basically now my opponent's got nothing. They're really relying on that. They feel like I'm not going to be able to get this Primal Groudon here. I do have the Mega Turbo and the Strong Energy in hand, so I can pull it off and even draw into the Fighting Energy. So we're going to go Strong Energy up onto the Primal Groudon, Mega Turbo, onto the Primal Groudon, and then we could just Gaia Volcano once again for 100 damage, 120 with the resistance, yeah, 140 with the two strongs there. We see a Mega Turbo, still not drawing into our other Groudon. My opponent is really stuck at this point. Like, there is not much they can throw up right now, which is going to pose much of a threat to me. They're slowly going to chip away at my damage, but I do have this big ol' Assault Vest here, so even if a strong energy comes down, they're not going to be doing much damage to me. Alrighty, so they do put the basic fighting down. I'm just going to knock out this thing as well. They're just really trying to power up this Lucario, but that's just not going to be enough. If I can draw into my Pokemon Center Lady surely as well, then I'll be I'll be able to get a nice setup. We see the Max Potion, don't really want to play that in particular. I put the Fighting Energy down onto Hawlucha just because I've got nothing better to play at on this point. We will be able to Gaia Volcano for the KO here. Drawing into an Ultra Ball. It doesn't really matter too much. That was 6 cards left in deck. Up comes the Garb. So I haven't played a Stadium yet. I'm holding on to that Silent Lamp just because I don't want to discard it. If Lucario comes active, I'm going to be able to knock it out. Whereas everything else is really just being able to be one-shotted by me. So you're going to see an Ultra Ball here. We're both at 3 prize cards apiece right now. But I feel like I'm in a more dominant position. My opponent's probably going to take a... Well, I thought they were going to go for either a Gabite or maybe even a... they couldn't have played Shaman. That was silly thought by me. They're going to go for the Hawlucha though, just to get some quick spread damage down. We're going to see the VS Seeker. I'm not too sure what my opponent's going to take. Probably just a Sycamore at this point. Yep. So they're just really trying to grab some energies down. You know, get some things going. Trying to power up this Hawlucha. I feel like my opponent's cycled through all their strongs though. 1, 2... No, they've still got 2 more in deck, so they can either go up to this thing. They'll probably take the safe bet and go Hawlucha. We're going to see the Max Elixir. Ooh, they actually could potentially pull something off with this, but they don't have the stuff. So even if Strong does come down onto this thing, it will only be doing 40 damage to me. So yeah, Strong's coming down. So it actually would have been better to go basic Fighting Energy to this. It just would have been doing a bit more damage. We are minusing 40 damage off of it, which is insane. Fighting Stadium is going to come down, so it's doing a bit more, but honestly not too much. So it just does the basic 60, so yeah. It would have actually been better if they did put basic fighting down. I don't really have energy to drop, like I don't have a use for it. I think I'll just take the prize card on this. Yeah, we've got 140 HP remaining. We're pretty strong at this point. We are going to actually do the 220 as well because of their Fighting Stadium. So next turn it's just a simple Hawlucha knockout onto this Lucario. They're not going to be able to really get enough stuff on this to get a knockout. 140 HP. It does sound like a little, you know, it doesn't sound too bad, but like, this is a beefy Pokemon with an Assault Vest on it. It's taking minus 40. They just go into the Lucario. They probably know it's all over. Even if they do pull out some shenanigans and potentially set up for a knockout shortly, well, I've got this Max Potion here. They might try and Lysander something up, get around it. You know, I've got stuff in my hand to get around it. Their real only hope right now is Lysandering up a Wobbuffet and kind of just stalling me out. But I don't think that'll even work. We're going to see the Karina though. Probably going to take like a Muscle Band. Oh, probably actually a Focus Sash. If they've got a Focus Sash left in deck, it is going to make it a bit difficult for me to get the knockout, but not too bad because I can just, you know, Flying Press for the KO. That's all fine. So they're going to Karina for nothing, so yeah, they've got nothing in deck. They're really just relying on me not having a Stadium in hand, which I do. I've got that Silent Lab right there. So I'm going to be able to take the KO on this Lucario X. Really shows that Primal Groudon is still pretty strong in the standard format, taking down a Garchomp deck, which I really didn't think we stood a chance against. As I said, my build isn't perfect. I missed a lot of key cards such as Floatstone or even a switching card, maybe even Switch would have been fine. I've that was a blunder on my part. You should not be playing 4 robo subs. It's not needed. 2 robo subs is fine. So I'll probably drop that. Maybe I'll probably go 3 focus sash. Maybe 2. I don't know. You'll see the full list on the Facebook page after this video has been published. So I am sorry that I don't really have all the cards in here that I would have liked. But I knew this game was going to be long, and it has been. It's been what, 20 something minutes. I don't know. Alright, so my opponent, they did do the corkscrew smash, but they're not doing anything. So all I have to do is Silent Lab, Gaia Volcano, and there we go, Primal Groudon. It's going to hit for 240 damage onto a Lucario EX. Still a very strong attack and strong Pokemon. That was my center lady that I wanted. But there you have it, guys, Primal Groudon in standard format. This is not horrible. As I said, my build's not perfect. I just kind of slapped this deck together, but it seemed to work okay. Obviously, I would have liked having a Floatstone, as I could have used my Primal Groudon a bit earlier on. But thank you guys for watching. Total game time was 20 minutes. Seeing a best of 3 rounds, 20 minutes per round, it's gonna probably make you win. The second game might take a bit longer, meaning you're probably gonna win the best of 3 series. Primal Groudon EX though, it's a very strong and fun card to play. It does crumble a bit to things such as Vespi Queen and Sceptile if it's around your area. Probably don't play this deck. It's got a couple of iffy matchups, but really that barrier ability of it does make it strong. Thank you guys for watching. Now just before I wrap up today's videos, I just want to say a big thank you to Wild's Department Store, who recently shared a photo of PokeAustralia's onto their Facebook page. If you don't know, Wild's Department Store here in Australia is an online retail store that sells Pokemon singles and packaged products. I would highly recommend them. They've got some great prices there. Thank you, Wild's Department Store, for supporting PokeAustralia and kind of sharing us onto your page. All that is appreciated. Also, guys, I just want to let you know that I am planning on releasing some in-real-life games that I recorded with some of the PokeAustralia members. I tried to record one earlier today. It just failed completely though. Something happened with the sound, so don't bother about that. I'll refilm it and get it uploaded probably tomorrow, maybe, possibly. It was basically me and Scott. I was playing my Manectric Bats. Scott's playing his Trevenant Break deck, which he recently played on the channel. Scotty has started recording some videos for the channel. Not sure how regularly he's going to post. Hopefully he can get to a decent schedule. It doesn't matter too much as long as more content's going out on the channel for you guys to enjoy. Thank you guys for watching this Primal Groudon deck. If you enjoyed, be sure to slap that like button. Head over to our Facebook page and give us a like there as well, and also subscribe to PokeAustralia for some more great content. Thank you for watching, and as always, peace.